Okay, welcome back ladies and gents to another Dead by Daylight tutorial for beginners. And today's guide is going to be all about, yes, oh fuck, we have an object of obsession. In this guide we're going to look at what the object of obsession perk actually does and how to try to counter it as a killer. So you've loaded into the game, you were all geared up for a nice chill game of DBD, then bang, you see a survivor run an object of obsession. This is brought up a lot in forums in regards to how do you actually deal with an object of obsession, and hopefully I can give you some tips at how to be more efficient against it. First, let's understand what object of obsession actually is. Object of Obsession is a Laurie Strode perk and unlockable to your teachable web once you level higher up to 35. Object of Obsession is a supernatural bond that links you to the killer. If you're looking in the killer's direction, your link will reveal your auras to each other. This effect only applies if you're outside the killer's terror radius. As the killer's obsession, this effect applies to a maximum range of 56, 64, 72 meters. Otherwise it applies to a maximum range of 44, 56 and 64 meters. It does increase the odds of you being the obsession. So to put it in easy context, while survivor has a perk on, they will look in the killer's direction, their auras will be revealed to you. The downside of this is the killer will also see the survivor's aura, so the killer will be visible to you if you are not in their terror radius, or if the killer is within range. This range is normally 64 meters or 72 meters if you are the obsession. If you come across an object of obsession, then you will generally have a difficult game as a solo, and if they are a survivor with friends, you're going to have an incredibly difficult match. The survivor is going to know the information pretty quickly, like which killer you are, where you have spawned, and where you are heading to. I've seen many killer games go to shit, basically when faced with the object of obsession, and this is because they haven't generally followed the best ways of dealing with them. So here are the top ways to deal with survivors who play with object of obsession. Don't focus on that player. So what I will generally do when I'm playing as a killer against an object of obsession is I'm going to test the waters. I'm going to give chase, try to gauge how good of a looper that player is. I generally play as Freddy, so because they're under the oblivious status when asleep, they're not in the terror radius, the object will see you no matter how close you are to them. So it's going to make mind games extremely difficult, or pretty much nigh impossible. If you turn the game into a battle between you and one good survivor, then you can guarantee those gens will go popping left, right and centre, and you'll have lost the game. Don't be afraid to just leave that player and turn away as much as possible to ensure they can't see you. The object of obsession works when the killer is looking in the survivor's direction and the other way around. So try to ignore that player if you've gauged that they're a good looper. Tip number 2. Usually the object is going to be the strongest looper when playing a team. So look at them as a flashlight clicking teabang survivor who's just basically trying to get your attention. As you play higher up the ranks, and you'll find these types of players are just trying to get your attention to take the aggro. That's the plan. The rest of the team will be the Gen Jockey M1 Warriors, and they are the loopers of the gang, and their purpose is to keep you occupied while the rest of their team do gens. Alright, so don't fall for the bait. I always say to people, if you see someone clicking the flashlight at you or teabagging you, they want your attention. Some people will go give it them, obviously it's all circumstantial, but if it's the beginning of the game, that guy wants your attention. If you are a stealth killer, then stay in stealth as much as possible so you will still see the survivor, however they won't see you whilst you are in stealth mode. This still has a side effect in regards to when you are looking at a survivor's direction, the object of obsession perk will light up to let you know that the killer is looking in their direction, but that then turns it to give you the advantage, so you can then see their aura but they can't see you. Next tip I would say is find the weak link. Every team has them. Like I said to you earlier, you'll usually have 3 gen jockeys who won't be the best at looping, and their job is literally to sit there and do gens while the object of obsession is having his ego massaged by you chasing him. This doesn't mean you're going to give the object of obsession a free pass. However, you will sort of not go out your way to chase, but still go for hits and get them off gens. That's if you're still patrolling the map. If you see them on a gen, get them off, yep, but don't entertain the chase if they are proven to be a strong looper. Next tip is, if you can, have plenty of moonwalking and sidesteps ready to try to catch them out of position. Like I explained earlier, once they are in your terror radius, they won't be able to see your aura, but when you look in their direction, their perk will activate on screen. If you know where they are, then look in another direction whilst heading over them to try to catch them off guard. So moonwalk back, or sidestep. Whatever you do, just don't look in their direction and then try to catch them off guard. If you see the object of obsession has gone into a dead zone or seriously out of position, or you have chased and you don't feel the strongest, then of course your mission is to destroy them ASAP, get them out of game. Because if they are in a survivor friends, then they won't be relaying any more information to them once they are dead. Like I said earlier, when you play against any survivors, just stick to the usual rules, especially with the OOO. So break chases if it's going to go on for too long. If you can see they're running into a strong area of the map, then just break it off. That is the biggest downfall of killers that I see on Dead by Daylight. I just don't know when to end that chase. It's not a case of your ego being bruised or you've give up against that one survivor. You've got objectives to do, so you focus on them objectives, and guaranteed if you take that approach, you know what, let him go, you'll get him back later on. If you are playing with an OOO in the game, I have previously left them to last. I've went up against them, they've been strong loopers, and I'm like, okay, you have your fun, I will get you when you are alone. And obviously once the object of obsession's alone, that is going to seriously hinder them, the fact that you can see everywhere they are. I hope that all makes sense. If you have any questions about that, then feel free to drop a comment down below. There is a few more guides to come out, so hopefully this will help you become a more efficient killer and help you deal with them object of obsession users. If you enjoyed the video guys, just give it a quick like, drop me a comment, and if you haven't already done so, press that subscribe button, click the notification, and keep up to date with all the videos on my channel. Alright, thanks guys.